I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
You party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one chief rock Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. And welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. Appreciate y'all coming through, hanging out. Trying to do this a different way. The computer crashed this week. And so I'm trying to work on doing it a different way. I'm at the computer right now, seeing if I can revive it. But for right now, I'm on the telephone. Doing it through the telephone, man. Can't stop, won't stop, I guess. Is the way is can't stop, won't stop. So yeah. So I'm just trying out a few things, but didn't want to not do the show. I think we got the ghetto intellect coming through. He'll be through in a few minutes. So he'll be in a few minutes to rock with us. I want to do this in a different. I'm gonna see if I can do this in a browser. I'm gonna see if I can do this in a browser. That way, we won't have to do this by telephone. I'm gonna see if I can download. I'm gonna see if I can download Google. Let me see if I can see the chat, though. Let me see. Let me go back here to the chat. Yo, Kerry Cox, I see y'all. Okay. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. King Embert, what's good? Man, I see y'all. Yeah, man. Let me see here. Let me see if I can download this thing. Yeah, let's see if I can download it. Download Chrome, and then that way we can rock the spot. I got one thing to say to the football fans out there. How about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? Okay. And is it too early? Yeah, y'all tell. Is it too early for that? Is it too early to be playing around? So I got a storm right over my house, bearing down on me, and all of that stuff. All of that stuff going on. Bunch of things happening, man. Wind blowing hard. just a bunch of stuff. Just gonna see if we can have a good morning anyway. Gonna see if we can have a good morning anyway. So there's that part of it. I don't like doing the show or any shows from my phone. That's just not how I like to roll. But you know, it's one of those things. The storm is going crazy outside of my house. Yard almost flooded. Computer. So it's just been a crazy week, man. And I appreciate everybody coming through, hanging out with us. And Kerry Cox says they barely beat the Giants. Daniel Jones. Yeah, I know, man. I know. I'm a Bears fan. I know what it's like to have questionable quarterback play for a long time. So yeah. Yeah. But hey, Daniel Jones's numbers didn't look bad. They actually looked okay. Daniel Jones's numbers didn't look bad. From what I saw. Walter White is in the building. He said we just got power back. Hey man. Hey bro. Yeah, man. Y'all be safe, man. Y'all be safe. We in that belt right now where we getting. Man, it's crazy how the wind sound outside, man. It sounds like the big bad wolf is outside, man. Sound like the big bad wolf is outside. So y'all be careful, man. You know, all jokes aside, man, this thing ain't nothing to play with. This thing is nothing to play with. I'm trying to get this thing logged in now, man, so I can trying to see if I can get a little something. All right. So I have a browser up. I'm gonna see if I can come through. I'm gonna see if if I can come through and y'all can see my face. Let me see. If I can have just a moment. Okay. Okay, let's see here. I got a bunch of stuff going on at once, everybody. So, all right. All right. So I should be able to get to some stuff here in a second. And for those of y'all hanging out with me, man, during this thing, man, thank y'all. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. This week has been kind of odd. Where it's like a lot of stuff going on. So let me see here. Customize. I'm gonna try to get off this phone and try to get where you guys can see me. And I need to allow mic access and all of that. Allow. Okay. Yeah, because we'll have a lot of stuff to talk about. Hey, there we are.
Yes, sir. So what happened is somebody told me that this morning the Knicks freestyle, which goes on Wednesdays at 7:30. We still in the building. I just hope nobody didn't think that we have lost our place in the sphere. We still dominate the space. We come through the network called the Blanche Tears. Top of the morning. Top of the morning.
Top of the
What
top.
what a great Knicks morning. We're gonna put the Mets to the side and listen. I don't even want to talk about the Cowboys right now. I'm not gonna talk about the fact that
How
Jerry
about
Jones.
them?
No, 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 no. I'm not going to talk about the fact that Jerry Jones is the biggest troll in America, and he's got a nation on his back that's called Cowboy Nation that he's taking for the cheapest ride. That was the worst football game. That will be the worst football game of the season. Okay,
How about them?
but all that aside, all that aside, let's stay focused. Media Day for New York Knick Nation is coming up. We're only focused on one thing, and I need you to know this morning it is a Knick freestyle takeover. You've been having Free Keith on your own. You've been having Freezy on your own. You ain't got any ghetto intellect in your system. I bring the heat for the network. I know what y'all need. I got your morning. You don't need no coffee. You don't need a shot of adrenaline. You got me. You got me. And I'm willing to bring it. And
And
I'm
that's
going to
enough.
bring it
That's all we
top of the
need.
morning. Top of the morning.
Top
Top of the morning. Not bottom of the morning. Not side of the morning. Listen, I know New York City is in shambles right now. I'm not sure what's going on with your mayor. The fact of the matter is, he lived in New Jersey when you elected him. None of my business. I know how great it is to live in New Jersey, so I can't to live it like who wouldn't want to live in New Jersey, but get money from New York. Like that's a thing. It's been a thing. But to my New Yorkers, I love y'all. You stay resolved. You understand that politics just dictates when your garbage is going to get picked up and what your taxes are going to be. It's important, but it does not drive your integrity. Keep your integrity intact no matter who your politicians are. Just know that you're in charge of you and hold them accountable. Listen, my name is the Ghetto Intellect. I'm up here this morning on the Blanche Chairs Network, and I am from the Knicks Freestyle, hosted by the king himself, Free Keith. What's up?
Free Keith is
What's up?
probably out there somewhere listening.
What's up?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Salute, bro. Salute. My name is Uncle Freezy, and I approve that message.
Listen to you. Look, it's been a long time, King. You know, you got access to me behind the scenes. 2024, life has been lifing. But one of the most important things that's going to happen is soon it'll be media day. Soon the Knicks will play the Celtics. And soon we'll see if we can run a zone with Brunson at the top. Or you know what? Listen, somebody at the top. OG and Michael on the wings. That will take away the three-point shot. And I would like to see Mook Morris and Julius Randle on that front line. I mean, if we're going to go small, then you better be beefy. You can't be small and light in the tail. That we saw how that was in the playoffs. So I think you're going to see a lot of Mook Morris in this lineup, but till Mitchell Robinson comes back, unless there's a trade. But I just don't know how many teams that's going to be willing to trade before they get to camp and see what they got. You just can't trade. You have to assess your talent before you trade it. And talent assessing will be done in the month of October, November. I just don't see Superman coming in the form of 7 feet to protect the rim for these guys who are going to force you to the rim. There won't be a lot of open jump shots this year. The length of our wings. Listen. I've been the guy begging for 6'9" wings since I met Freezy in 2015. Now this is the franchise who hoards the 6'9" wing defenders. Who knew?
Right. Who knew? Who
We
knew
just
they had a
was.
plan? We didn't know they had a plan.
Who knew? I still see a lot of nostalgia. I've seen some rumors where we can move to a 7-footer, but it would cost us Deuce McBride, and the fans went crazy. Listen, you got to give a little to get a little. Where is everybody going to play? This is what we talk about. Where is everybody going to play? And I just think Tyler is going to bring something. I don't know if he can bring that defensive toughness, but I think he's going to bring some ball movement. It's just a lot. Let's get through camp. Let's watch it. It's going to be this will probably be one of the most competitive camps in Knicks history. Why? Because of the depth and everybody fighting for positions, and you got veterans that have done this for a long time.
Right.
You got straight ball. Campaign is not going to be sitting around on the side. He's going to get in camp and cause headaches. Shamit is not going to be sitting on the side. These are gym rats. And when you have a bunch of gym rats, as soon as that ball gets dropped, everybody wants to eat. We're going to eat this shit. We're going to be extremely competitive. Will we be big enough? That's a thing. That's the thing. One of the first things you learn about this game is you cannot coach size. You can't coach size.
Right.
So, but good morning to you, Freezy. Good morning.
Good mornings.
Listen, everything you seem to be peachy keen over there. Everything's looking good. It seems that the mic levels is right. Listen, we got a show, and we have one of the most informative technical shows in these spaces. We have some of the best personalities. Listen, how could you not want to be here than anywhere else? And we've been loyal to the brand. We've been loyal to the brand. So we're very happy to be here this morning. We're always going to bring you energy. Even if we just roll out of bed, we're here to make your ride to work better. We're here to let you know that all is well in Knick Nation. I know Freezy going to throw some curveballs at me. He's the one that dropped the ball, but I promise every answer we give to you this morning, everything we bring to you is going to be with major enthusiasm, because how could you not be a Knick fan today in 2024 and not be enthusiastic? Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get it, man. I meet Knicks fans often. I meet Celtics fans often too. But I meet Knicks fans often through the nature of the line of business that I'm in. I meet fans from all over the country to varying degrees often, right? And so I met a couple of Knicks fans. Well, you know what? Let me retract that. I met a couple of people, but I did not know they were Knicks fans until we had a conversation. And then when they found me, they were like, "You're a diehard Knicks fan?" Something like that. Something like that. Yeah, just a thimbleful. Yeah, a little bit, right? A little bit. And so we had conversations yesterday, the day before, about do you trade Deuce? And so my thing with Deuce is this. If you're trading for a center, why are you not looking to trade Jericho Sims instead of Deuce? Because if you're trading for a center and you have a center that you're not going to use, why not trade the center that you're not going to use instead of Deuce? Now, what that means in the long term, right? What that means is ultimately it may mean Deuce McBride is a better player than Jericho Sims. That might be what it boils down to, right? Right. What it boils down to is Deuce is probably a better and more valuable asset than Jericho Sims. But in my mind, if you're a Knicks fan and you're just going to create rumors, like if you're a Knicks fan and you want something to talk about, why don't you just talk about stuff that makes sense, right? Why not talk about if you have centers on the roster that's not going to play, trade them, right? That's what I'm thinking. As soon as I heard the rumor, I already know the front office is not thinking about trading Deuce, right? I already know that. I know the front office, the entire organization, they love each other, right? From Dolan to Leon and Wes and the front office, they put together a family type atmosphere because listen, you don't trade family like that unless it's something critical, right? The only reason why RJ and Quickly were traded was because Quickly wanted to get paid. And you can't pay Emmanuel Quickly Mikal Bridges money, right? You got to use that money for Mikal Bridges. So Quickly, listen, we love you, bro. We, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we can't spend that money on a backup guard or a guard adjacent. So Quickly had to toodaloo. And the same thing with the thing with RJ. The thing with RJ is the thing in New York got to be too much. RJ needed a fresh start, right? RJ, you don't, like, for instance, you don't hear RJ Barrett being mad about being in Toronto. You have never heard RJ say one bad word about being traded out of the country. Bruh, they traded RJ Barrett to another country. But you don't hear RJ Barrett mad about that. RJ Barrett is like, man, I'm glad to be here in Toronto. He's saying all the right things. Clearly that man was in need of a change of scenery, and he got it. But for Deuce, who's cheap, who's a team player, who everybody likes, and you developed him, why would you jettison him for a guy that may not even be here next year? Is Deuce replaceable? Is that what we're saying? I don't know.
We're going to see in camp. Tyler brings something that really interests me. Keeps the ball moving when it's in his hand. He's a threat. And I don't want to start comparing them to people, especially not our competitors. But, you know, here's the reason why I think we get away with Mook Morris. Because we know he rebounds. We know he's a big body. We know he's a tough guy. But what people are missing is you also got to turn around and play offense. And Mook is going to be able to stand at his spot at the three-point line and spread the floor. Guys, in order for the ball to move, the floor has to be spread. Let me say that again. You can't move the ball with everybody next to each other. We're going to play hot potato with it. So if you get Randall spread, you get Mook spread, you got no big men that need to just sit in the paint. They could also come and screen and roll, but could imagine opening up that paint for Bridges, Brunson, and you know where OG is going to be. That would just you got three guys standing around allowing Bridges and Brunson to go to work. Do not forget, Mikal Bridges is a high-level ball handler for his size. High level. He brought the ball up a lot of times against us when we played against him. We noticed, and the ball didn't stop. And if you didn't stop him, he gets a layup, he gets to the foul line. I want you to think about it both ways. The other thing that was the Knicks' weakness is the amount of open threes. This is why I'm talking about having OG and Mikal on them wings, and when you got them guys with that length flying at you, your 3-point percentage is you're gonna be hard pressed to shoot 40% against the Knicks, and that was our weakness. You could three us to death. You couldn't get to the rim with Hartenstein and Mitchell, so you didn't even try that. That one of them were always in the game for us the whole 82 plus the playoffs, so you had to shoot threes. That's what Campaign, who was on our team now, was killing us. Guys was hitting threes. Maxey was hitting threes. Teams had to hit more threes to keep up with us because you couldn't get a layup.
Yeah. And yo, and I like what you're saying right there about spreading the floor. And so I'm gonna say this, and I'm not a Mitchell Robinson hater. I'm not. But what I will say, though, sometimes the gifts that you get are like blessings in disguises, man. Sometimes it's like a blessing in disguise, man. Salute Mitchell Robinson, man. I appreciate Mitch. Mitch has been putting a lot of inspirational stuff on Instagram. You know what I'm saying, about his faith and all that stuff, man. So salute to Mitch for that. Right? That's a side of him I never knew existed, but you know what I'm saying, now you know. Right? But boy, oh boy, what an offense looks like with Randall at the 5, OG at the 4, McCall at the 3, Dante at the 2, and Brunson at point, with Josh Hart being the 6th man, and Deuce and Cameron Payne and Tyler Kolek coming off the bench, the flexibility, Precious coming off the bench. Bruh, hey, y'all, listen. I know y'all not used to seeing a Boston Celtics type offense. I know y'all not used to seeing a Golden State Warriors type offense where anybody on the floor is a weapon at any time. Get ready. You heard me right. If you got to stand up and stretch your arms, if you got to stand up and put your coffee down and walk closer to the speaker, do that. Because I'm here to tell you that one of the things that we're going to see without Mitch, and it's no shade at Mitch, right? No shade at Mitch. You're about to see beautiful basketball the way that it's meant to be played.
Hella ball movement.
Randall in the pivot. Oh,
Hella
my
ball
goodness.
Movement.
Yeah. Oh my god, bro. Can you man, listen. Bro, the pick and pop. Yo, GI, you know one of the ways you stop the pick and roll is by bringing a third guy off the baseline, right? Off the wing, however you design it. You bring a third guy because once you get the screen, Brunson's man is going to be behind Brunson. So you bring another man from another player to cut Brunson off if the big is getting deep as the deepest, right? So now if the center comes up and is not as deep as the deepest, you're leaving a rim wide open for Julius Randle or OG Anunoby to dunk. And if you don't want to get dunked on, you're going to bring a defender from somewhere off the wing for Mikal Bridges or Dante DiVincenzo to knock down threes. Now,
sounds like what you're saying is that's going to open up the baseline. You're never supposed to give up the baseline. Our guy's going to be living on the baseline. It sounds like what you said.
Yeah, what I'm saying to you, bro, is I can almost guarantee this will be the best looking offense that you've ever seen as a Knicks fan. Now, with that said, to give something, you got to give something. Now, what the defense at the rim is going to look like is different. I don't know if it's going to be better or worse. I just know it's going to be different without a 7-foot, super hyper athletic alien of a human being at the rim to block shots. I don't know what that's going to look like. Right. But hopefully Randall, Bridges, Hart, and OG and Precious and Sims can figure that out. But if you've been told, and I know you guys have, I know you guys have been told this. I have a feeling because what happens in Knicks universe a lot of times is the slightest little cheers. So
wake up to a glass of water, gentlemen. It'll really help your life. Wake up to a couple of glasses of water. This is gonna be my first. Wake up to some water, gentlemen.
I'm about to get me some water now, man. Hold on, let me get me some.
So, and I just don't want y'all. You know how me and Keith is. We're very positive. I'm telling you, Mook Morris isn't coming here to sit background to Sims. I love it. I love Sims. I wanted to see his progression. But some of these guys are coming hungry. And if you got championship teams, you tell me which championship teams don't have veterans on them. So I just think Mook Morris is going to understand that we're smaller. He's still a big boy. I think he's taller than Randall. I'm pretty sure he's taller than Randall. He might not look like it because he's so wide. We don't need some wide bodies. So I just don't want y'all to to not dismiss Mook Morris getting in there and getting busy. I want y'all to really think about, sometimes the best offense is your best defense. Amazing offense is amazing defense. If we could score at a very efficient rate and get some one and outs, we might not look like we should win a championship with this defensive team. And I'll be honest, we're not going to be able to win the championship without Mitchell Robinson. We will not get through Joel Embiid without Mitchell Robinson. We won't. We won't beat Joel Embiid without Robinson putting a lot of minutes on him. But we don't need to beat Joel Embiid the first 2 months of the season. We need to get as many wins as we can get, and we're going to need a top 2 seed in the East. I'll be honest, we'll probably be disappointing if we don't finish the top 2 seed in the East because we have so much chemistry already coming in. We haven't changed much. It's a thing for having these Villanova boys there. We saw the chemistry they brought with the 3 of them. Now imagine what the 4 of them was going to do. So we just need to win our regular season games. We don't care how we win them, and start to gel in April. In April, we need to start looking how we need to look in the postseason.
Yeah. Hey, G.I., to the point that you made, what I'm going to say is we'll get the number 2 seed, number 1 seed organically. I don't think it's going to be pressure there. I think the schedule that we have, versus the talent that we have, when you mesh those two together, I can see the Knicks basically getting out ahead of everybody and being the number 1. I can see us being a number 1 seed in November and being a number 1 seed from November all the way through April is what I anticipate. Right? Being in that number 1 spot, being top shotter. I can see the Knicks being top shotters from November all the way through April. Right? Now, what does that matter? Does that matter in the playoffs? Kinda. Like you get playoff games, you get home court advantage throughout the playoffs, throughout the conference playoffs. Does that mean that you're automatically going to beat Boston? No. Does that mean you're automatically going to beat Philly? No. But here's the thing. When you're the top shotter, you're not going to play both Boston and Philly. More than likely, if you're the top shotter, those 2 teams, 2 and 3, will play each other. Right? So now all you have to do is consider. Thank you. Good morning. All you have to do is worry about the 4 seed, or whoever. Right? The Knicks' road to the championship is not going to be Boston, Philadelphia, Indiana, all back to back to back. Nah, the good teams will play the bad teams until there are no more bad teams left, and then the good teams will play each other. Right? So if you're the 2 seed, if the Knicks are the 2 seed, then you'll probably have to worry about Philly or Indiana. Right? But you're not going to have to face, and y'all know this already. So what I'm saying to us as fans is I ain't worried about, man. I ain't worried about none of them, bro. The only thing I'm worried about.
I ain't scared of no ghosts.
The only thing. Shout out to my man Jay Boogie in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. Good mornings to everybody, man. Y'all be safe through the storm. It's a storm coming through. You know what I'm saying? And but what my main concern is, what kind of champagne Dolan gonna be buying in June? Dolan, what kind of champagne, bro? You've been waiting. Dolan, you've been having money, that championship money in escrow since 1997, bro, or 1999. That championship escrow money, we should be drinking some Louis from 2013 when we win that championship. I don't want nothing in the 2020s, bro. No champagne in the 2020. If it ain't 2017 or later, I ain't drinking it. I will abstain, drink water. That's my concern. What kind of champagne are we drinking during championship week? That's my concern. East Blue Juice said, get that ace of spades. Yeah, man. In the big bottle, in the big 60-ounce bottle with the little neck. We want the 60. Yo, get this big 60-ounce bottle and the one that looked like a party favor when they bring it to your table. I don't know if it's 60. I think it's like 50. I think it's like 54 ounce, something with the big neck on it, with the big crane neck on it, man. That's the one. I ain't never had the money to buy it, so I always see it somewhere else. But G.I., that's my concern. I'm not concerned about injuries because I know we'll overcome those. I'm not concerned about chemistry because I know we'll overcome those. I'm not concerned about other teams' roster because I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned about things that I can't control, right? But what I can control is James Dolan getting the champagne order right, and a lot of it. Tractor trailers full. That's what I'm concerned with.
Yeah, no, we gonna have Jay-Z pull it up, his brand, right to the what's the Ace of Spades, the Darno something. I don't know. I don't drink much. I'm not a big drinker. All I know is it better be the expensive stuff. It better not be the cheap stuff. It better be the expensive stuff.
Yeah, he better not be walking in there with no Walgreens champagne, bro. Yo, yeah, that's my concern. Right? Because the die has been cast. The die has been cast. The form is set. Right? We got the pieces. The only thing we're waiting on now is to unleash this thing. Right? That's the only thing we're waiting, just to unleash it.
You think about our real competition outside of Indiana. I think Indiana kind of has what we have, but the Celtics are without KP, and we saw how good a team they are with KP. Let's not fool ourselves. I understand they won the championship, but they were able to go about it a different way. But KP got them through the regular season, and Embiid cannot go out there and play 82 games. And then I guess the 20, 30 games he needs to play. Yeah, Embiid can't play 8 months in a row. That's just not happening. So he's gonna have to load manage. We are ripe and prime, and I just don't. I guess you gotta have you gotta be you gotta be constructive. There'll be some times where we're a little gloom. But the fact of the matter is the overall arching narrative is the Knicks just built an amazing roster. And I know we're afraid to say it. Dolan's still the coach, and we don't have any, top 5 players, but you gotta trust in the depth. You gotta trust in the chemistry. You gotta trust great coaching. And I think we've proven we have a great coach. He goes out to try to win every game. Let's see how he uses the bench. Guys get hurt, guys need some time off, but you got to remember, Brunson doesn't want time off.
Right.
Mikal Bridges is one of the most durable players in the history of this league. Certain these guys don't want time off, and if it's not broke, we're not going to fix it. It's just this morning we woke up with an air of positivity, because the air of positivity is not only going to be good for the Knicks on this channel. This gentleman, Uncle Freezy, wants to put positivity in your life as well. And we know when you're a sports junkie, when you're an alpha male, when your sports team is doing good, you walk a little lighter. You put on your best clothes. You feel a little better. This is why we get up in the morning and this man provides you this content. He has great men next to me like Free Keith and myself, and all the other networks. I love all you other guys. I don't want to call any other names, but you know me. I'm a little biased, man. I'm about that Wednesday 7:30 Knicks freestyle, a staple on this network.
Bam. Yeah, man. So a couple of things I just wanted to touch on before we get out of here, man. I gotta go over here to the work desk and start the day and all that stuff, but salute to our guy Derrick Rose. Once a Knick, always a Knick. Retiring I'm calling it quits, man. Had an excellent career, depending on how you look at it. The potential was there for him to be the greatest point guard ever. That wasn't in the plan. You know what I'm saying? So, salute to Derrick Rose for all those excellent years of being a great human being and a great basketball player at the same time. Salute to everybody that supported him in his career. And I have to debate the Chicago Cats about. I got to debate the Bulls fans about, is Derrick Rose a Knick or a Bull, right? Because a lot of
Let
them,
that go. Let that go. Let that go.
Yeah, a lot of them are saying though, G. A lot of them are saying that if they were D Rose, they wouldn't even acknowledge the Bulls because the Bulls traded him. The Bulls traded him away, and they did it nasty too. They didn't even talk to him. They just jettisoned him. They got tired of him and they just shipped him off. But you know what they did though? They sent him to a place that welcomed him with open arms. So, if you Chicago, you just got to be careful how you treat your people. You got to be careful how you treat the Jimmy Butlers. You got to be careful how you do the Derrick Roses, the cats y'all drafted, and they go other places and they have success. They not really feeling that. You never hear Jimmy Butler talking about being a Chicago Bull, right? You never hear Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson is a Knick. Guess who drafted him? The Chicago Bulls, right? So, I mean, it's one of those things, man. D Rose, man, we appreciate you. We love you. We love all the contributions you made to basketball. Whether it's those fantastic dunks, whether it's the fire sneakers that he used to put out about once every 2 years. D Rose used to have some fire Adidas about every 2 years, right? So salute to him for that. Salute to him for coming here and being a mentor. I saw that man personally. Talk to Julius Randle on the sideline. Randle looked like he was about to explode, and D Rose just talked to him, and they started laughing and went back. And I think Randle forgot what he was mad about. I saw that with my own eyes, right? I saw that with my own eyes. Y'all can't take that away from me. That can't be disputed. I saw it. I saw it happen. Randle about to explode, and that man talked to Randle for like a minute, like 60 seconds, and they started laughing. And Randle had the look on his face where he forgot what he was mad about. You need people like that in your life to diffuse you, to keep balance, right? Salute to him. Salute to Taj Gibson somewhere in the NBA still, right? Cats like D Rose, you need dudes like that around to bring balance to your life. And I appreciate D Rose for that part. D Rose wasn't the high flying dunker, here in New York, but D Rose was the vet. D Rose was the vet, and every team needs that vet that has been close to the promised land, been to the promised land or close to it, to tell you how to get to the promised land. And Derrick Rose was that for us.
D Rose, I just want to thank you for, and I think what you really helped is you helped solidify Thibodeau when everybody was getting down on him. The fact that some of you old Tibbs guys came back to play for him and talked about his greatness, I'm sure you were able to pull some guys to the side and say, listen, man, this is what Tibbs is about. And I think that was probably one of the most important, because you saw Randall grow, like Freezy said, and we didn't have to tell Brunson who Tibbs is. I think Brunson's going to have to probably help Bridges understand who Tibbs is. That's his godfather. I want to trust that a godson knows his godfather. Or Leon Rose is his godfather. They all family, they all CAA. Hey, listen, this CAA thing ain't turned out to be half bad.
Nah, it's a family affair. If
We was
anybody remember
talking
that song.
nepotism 2 years ago. Hey, like it. I know I was against it. But, that's where I'm blessed. We're blessed to have a free Keith next to us that sees some things that we don't see, and to keep our show focused. Because, again, while we're here on the Knicks Takeover, as Freezy gets ready to shut this down this morning, I would be remiss if I didn't remind you on 7:30s on Wednesday on this network. On 7:30 on Wednesday on this network, we do this thing called Knicks Freestyle. We bring it to you rough, ruddy, rugged, and raw. Definitely no Diddy. Definitely no Diddying on Wednesday 7:30. But listen to me. That's what we'll be. I'm happy to be here this morning. Freezy, I'm sure you're going to close out this show. We want to make sure, unfortunately, we do the Knicks, but we got to do the man too. We got to go hit the man's clock because, we want to stay in these fancy places we stay in with these high ceilings and these big windows. And that doesn't get it done on just strictly being a Knicks fan. So I don't know if you want me to go ahead and close out and you close out the show. Or you want me to rock? It's up to you.
Nah, I got it. Nah, I got you, bro. Hey, listen. Hey, when you said that, I was about to say, "May the Lord watch between me and D." Hey, when you said, "May the Lord watch between we did what?" Yeah, I started to, bro. But listen, thank y'all for coming through and rocking with us. We appreciate y'all, man. I'm sorry about the absence during the week. The computer crashed. I think the computer legit tore its Achilles. So we had to go through the surgery with it and get it back right. So thank y'all for being patient with us, man. More shows soon come. Knicks Freestyle 7:30s on Wednesdays, and y'all know I'm gonna be trying to rock every day. So thank y'all, man. And for everybody in that storm area, man, listen, man, we gonna keep y'all in our prayers and stuff. We gonna pray that y'all families be safe and stay safe. And remember this. Thank God it's Friday. Peace, everybody.